Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of the Bug Warrior. In today's video I will show you how to defeat Torvian, Hand of the Saviour boss, by blocking the 3 priests that surround him and stop them from casting spells that will aid Torvian in battle. To find Torvian you will need to sail to the island of Arastas and reach the excavated pit. As soon as you enter the arena you will notice the 3 priests at the 12, 3 and 9 o'clock positions. Each one of these priests represents a specific type of spell. At 9 o'clock is a cross, at 12 a pair of swords, and at 3 is a shield. You can always see if a buff is active because a gold icon will appear below his health bar. If all 3 buffs are active, Torvian becomes invulnerable, so the main task is to avoid this at all costs. It took me a while to figure out what was going on, but the strategy is very simple. You need to block, or better said, interrupt the spells by letting Torvian throw rocks at them. This means using one of Torvian's own attacks to target the priests. In order to do this, wait for Torvian to slam the ground with both of his axes. When you see this, stand below the tower that has the spell or priest that you wish to block, and Torvian will pick up a large rock and throw it at you. Simply dodge and the impact to the tower will unbalance the priest, forcing him to stop casting the spell. Also please note that you don't need to wait for a spell to be active to disrupt a priest. You can constantly stand next to the towers and let Torvian throw the rocks to prevent the priests from casting them. Alright, so this fight has 2 phases. The first phase, Torvian will attack you with his normal attacks, and very soon a priest will cast the first spell. Follow the mentioned strategy, and when there are no active spells, attack him and do your best to not stop the damage stacking. I actually failed at this many times, therefore the fight lasted longer. When Torvian gets buff, his attacks deal both physical and cold damage. There is one attack in particular where a gold circle of light appears on the ground and it explodes. Standing in this area will almost mean that you will die. If you happen to survive, you will be vulnerable, as you will be slowed or frozen, and you will be an easy target for the rest of his attacks, so avoid that golden circle. One of the problems I had was running out of life and mana in my flasks, but I believe this happened because I could have done better at stopping the spells. But even if you run out of it, if you are patient, you can still bring him down. Continue dealing damage to him, and when you deplete his health bar to about 25%, the last phase will begin when you hear the main priest say, "Do not falter." What happens here is that the other 2 priests will combine their powers, or better said, empower the priest at 9 o'clock, and with this new boost of power he will cast a large tornado of light that moves slow but is quite deadly. At the same time, the spells from the other 2 priests will begin appearing at random, and this time you can't stop them, meaning that this is the time to deal as much damage as possible in order to bring him down, once and for all. The only spell you really have to watch out is the golden circle that appears on the ground, because this time it will cover a larger area. Other than that, avoid the tornado of light, dodge and attack him until he dies. When you give him the killing blow, the 3 priests will also die, so it seems they were deeply connected, and the path to the excavation will be open. So there you have it. This is a very weird dynamic and a new boss system that was introduced in Act 4 of Path of Exile 2. Please let me know what you think in the comments. We reached the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far and found the video interesting or useful, please consider to share, like, comment or subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.